So today we're going to talk a little bit about practicing throwing underhand. We've talked about throwing overhand and catching in other posts, blog posts and videos, and we talked a lot about how you would cue and how you might grade the task, so starting with it simpler, broken down, and then increase the complexity. All of those principles apply for throwing underhand as well. I tend to use the word tossing a lot when I'm talking about throwing underhand, just so you don't get confused. But one of the hardest things is it sometimes turns into a fling, or they kind of end up with that more pronated hand position. So keeping this motion is what I find to be hard. So a lot of times I'll start with showing them an underhand throw and asking them to try it, see how they do. You can also try having them roll a ball first, just to see if they can get that motion. So some of the tricks are listed in the blog post that we put. They are in no particular order. They're just things that we have tried depending on the child. Pick and choose, play around with the things, see what works for you. You can start with targets on the floor. So like a ring toss can be nice because it has a little bit of that motion that you're trying to get. So the arm back and the underhand, it's a lot harder to do. It's a lot harder to do a ring toss like that, so you might get a little bit more of the motion. You can use a beanbag toss, either like this one with the target directly on the floor, so it's kind of that tossing motion, or an actual, not as good apparently, an actual beanbag board. Again, they can still do that overhand throw, but if you have them nice and close, they're gonna wanna be, again, please don't judge my skills, it tends to help them get that motion. We use bowling pins a lot, which I just realized I didn't bring out here to show you, but I'm sure most people have seen bowling pins. You can do it with rolling, so lots of rolling activities, putting a ball on a wedge and having them kind of roll it down. You can also use a little bit of a heavier ball. And again, these things, they might still try to throw overhand, but you're gonna be showing them how to do it and giving them cues. So trying to get them to toss it to a spot on the floor. I don't have a good corner here, but we'll pretend. So if you wanna get into the actual throwing, but they still have a tendency to bring that arm wide, if you put them in a corner, pretend I have a wall behind me, you can cue them to bring the hand back to tap the wall behind them, and then toss to you or to a target in front of them. And by having the other wall here, it helps provide a block so that they have to actually move. I would also recommend putting a spot on the floor. Kids do pretty well with spots. They know where they're supposed to stand, they know where to go back to. It helps with some of the wrangling. You could also have them try and toss up to the ceiling. So make sure you're using a light ball. But again, try to have them see if they can touch the ceiling with the ball. And they start to get that more supinated position with their hand. Have them stand in front of you, really close. The closer you are in the beginning, the easier it is. I think those are most of our ideas. There might be more in the blog post. We would love to hear your ideas. So thank you.